Stay active with Legzercise Pro.
Download the Coast TV News app on your Apple or Android devices.
All those bright, beautiful colors and clothes are, of course, from our friends at Willow Marie in Lewis, and we will be heading there later in the show to talk some 2025 trends. But first, we are your hosts on Coast Life. I'm Leah Rizzo.
And I'm Charlie Sokaitis.
And one of the colors that they said that was going to be very popular this year was pink, which we have coordinated.
I've got my lovely pocket square. It never fails. You got to go classy with the pocket square.
Gotta love a good pocket square. But I love this great outfit from Willow Marie in Lewis. As soon as I saw the pink sweater vest, I got hearts in my eyes. I knew it was coming home with me. And the mocha colored skirt as well. That was one that I actually clocked a few weeks ago. And our producer bought a version of the skirt and a sweater to go with it. And I was like, I have to get my hands on it too so we can match, because it was just one of the cutest outfits I've ever seen. So
meanwhile, I love my outfit from Chateau Sokaitis in the closet. Been there for a decade, so you know.
Yes, but Willow Marie is a little boutique full of women's clothing, and every time I go in there, I fall in love, and I can't not walk out the door with something. So if you love this outfit or anything else that you've seen me wear from Willow Marie, go check it out and tell them that I sent you, that Leah from Coast Life says, hey, you've got the best stuff. And it's true. But one thing that is also true, a study that I came across that says middle children are better people.
Listen, from the coalition of oldest children, we would like to petition the committee to review this. It sounds like fake news to me. I don't know if I can believe in this study. It seems impossible.
The way that I sent that to my siblings so fast, I was like, this is the only news that matters today. This article that says middle children are the best. But when broken down a little bit further, they did say that middle children tend to have strong negotiation skills. You know, you are sandwiched in the middle. You don't necessarily get the leadership skills that are thrust upon the oldest child when you have to kind of take care of your younger siblings, and you don't necessarily get the that the youngest child gets. So you're kind of like, I'm still here too, and that's where the middle child syndrome comes in. But they do say that makes a good navigator of conflict.
I get that there's some evidence, but as an oldest child, I find it hard to just agree completely.
Okay, yeah, sure, yeah. Because you're the oldest. You've got two siblings.
Two siblings.
Brother and sister?
A brother and a sister.
Where do they fall?
My brother is the middle child.
Okay.
My little sister is everybody's favorite. You know, my dad was a college basketball coach. My sister's a college basketball coach. So she just won the prizes. But we all do great together, and we are all very loud people in one room.
Well, the Rizzo family has that in common too, that we are all, there's a lot of volume at the dinner table with the Rizzos. But it's interesting too, I think, how having an only girl in the family too might shape your parents' opinion, because is she a daddy's girl then? If she's following in his footsteps?
Yeah, I mean, she's following in his footsteps. She's very strong-willed. She's had two older brothers that she had to try to, be like, you're not getting anything over on me. She's also got a little bit of a Napoleon complex. She's short but mighty.
Yes.
So, she was a college athlete. She's just takes no guff from anyone.
Interesting, because I have an older brother, and then I'm in the middle, and I have a little sister. So he's the oldest, and there's two girls. So my sister and I feel like sometimes there's some preferential treatment in that they're like, well, you know how your brother is. And I'm like, yeah, make him do the thing that you make us do.
Yeah, I think that can happen sometimes. Whichever one is outnumbered, sometimes the other one gets a little bit more attention in this way or that way. But it's interesting, in our family, my brother is the artist of the group in terms of he's a guitar player, and he's an incredible guitar player. So he went, he was a good athlete and things like that. He went a different way, found his own thing that he was really into, really good at. And I think sometimes that's what you can do in the middle child. You go, how do I set myself apart? What is my thing that I'm into? And that's what he did.
I think it's safe to say I've set myself apart a little bit, but yeah, it's interesting. Most of my family not necessarily has the same line of work, but they all work in a similar line of business. And I just, had to go a different way but I think that's always kind of been Leah. She's got to be different. And it's interesting to see. I remember the first time I played my parents my first radio demo, and I played it for them, and I was like, take a listen to this. And they were like,
that's something.
Okay.
That
and
is
I was
something.
like, it's me. And they were like, oh, it's just really good. And I was like, man.
You're surprised?
Right. But I think having realistic parents that they ground you, they really do. And I think having siblings that keep you in check and in line. I mean, nobody is allowed to have a big head in my family, because as soon as you start, everyone is waiting to close in and be like, actually, here's 5 ways that you're the worst.
So my family's really interesting because we both will knock each other down a peg immediately. Like the second you walk in the door, it's like, have you gained weight?
Here's this loser.
That outfit's not really working. But they also all believe in kind of taking big swings. I think that comes, my dad was a college basketball coach. That's the kind of thing that you don't do that unless you're going to really put yourself out there. So all 3 of us have a little bit of that. I decided to do the TV thing. My brother decided, guitar was his path. My sister, coaching sports. So we all got a little bit of that. We just all used it in different ways.
Yeah, for sure. I think one of the things that I'm most grateful for that my parents allowed for us, because I think helicopter parents is something that you hear a lot about these days, where they are involved in everything, every step of the way with their kids, which you should be involved in a lot of things that your kids do. But as so far as doing your homework assignments with them, for them, where it gets a little dicey, my parents allowed us to succeed and they allowed us to fail on our own. If we didn't study, that was on us, and I'm very grateful for the space to fail.
I'm grateful I had the space to fail. My math teachers aren't, but what can you do?
Yeah, no, many a disagreement over. Leah talks a lot. Leah, sure, she has potential, but boy, does she not use it.
I promise you, the both of us had report cards that just said, speaks a lot in class, not always totally focused in.
That's true. That is true. We have that in common as well. But we do have an episode of Coast Life to get to, lots of fun, and lots of coastal Delmarva to explore. Let's see what's coming up today on the show. We'll be checking in with a very crafty Ocean City local who had an opportunity to be in the spotlight.
Plus, you know where the Dolly sign is now, the Rehoboth Beach Museum. We're going to check in on a few of their new exhibits coming up this year.
All that fun is coming your way today on Coast Life.
Coast Life is sponsored by BB Healthcare, Coastal Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning, Preston Automotive Group, Shell Brothers, and the Parker Group.
All the natural light of the great outdoors, right in your dining room. Shell Brothers, find your great indoors. All the solitude of the outdoors, without the bad Wi-Fi connection. Shell Brothers, find your great indoors.
3 brands,
2 locations,
1 choice. Delaware Hot Tub Company, turning hot tub dreams into reality for over a decade.
offering the most luxurious spas like hot springs and caldera.
Now, Platinum Spas too, starting under $10,000.
Ask us about free covers, free steps, free local delivery, and 0% financing too.
Save time, save money.
And upgrade your lifestyle with the first choice in the first state,
Delaware Hot Tub Company. Hot tubs, hotter prices. Delaware Hot Tub Company, Millsboro, and Lewis.
Start the new year by adding value and function to your kitchen.
No cabinet tear-out needed.
With Paul Davis, skip the hassle of a full remodel and get your dream kitchen now.
We reface your cabinets with 5 layers of high-quality hardwood and your choice of color.
That's new doors, drawers, and hardware, all for half the cost of a full remodel.
Completed in as little as 3 days.
Right now, get half off labor, a free microwave, and pay as little as $100 per month. Call now to beat the spring rush.
Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
Rules don't apply when it comes to designing your home or business's interior. At Mood Design Studio, we break away from typical design norms to craft one-of-a-kind spaces that belong on the pages of a magazine. Choose from a bold selection of exclusive wallpaper designs and fabrics, plus a curated selection of furniture, making any room a showstopper. Need guidance? We'll assist you in planning your space's scope and budget for a streamlined, stress-free experience. For a complimentary consultation, visit Mood Design Studio in Lewis today.
Start 2025 in style. The New Year, New Ride sales event at Preston Hyundai is happening now. Preston Hyundai at Millsboro has almost 200 new Hyundais available, with nearly 100 priced at under 30 grand. As your dedicated Hyundai dealer in Sussex County, Delaware, we are committed to going the extra mile to help you find the right vehicle and provide exceptional service throughout your ownership. Check out MillsboroHyundai.com to buy online, and we'll deliver it to your front door. Visit us at the all-new Preston Hyundai at Millsboro and discover why people say cars cost less with Preston.
You know that voice, you know that face. Chris Martin of Coldplay serenading one Ocean City resident for her 70th birthday on the Today Show. What a great way to celebrate a 70th birthday.
Yeah, just a little world-famous international superstar singing you a song.
Just a little bit, and we have that Ocean City resident joining us on the Coast Life couch today. We've got Robin Chiddo joining us in studio today. Thanks for coming in today, Robin.
Thanks for having me. It's thrilling to be here.
It's thrilling to have you, and you may notice we're all wearing these lovely matching scarves that Robin knits, and you have been featured on the Today Show twice, which, I mean, for you, you're kind of a super fan, right?
I've been watching it for years. I watch it every day, 7 to 10.
Yeah. You know,
sometimes 10 to 11. I watch all of it. It's just a great way to start the day.
So, yes. So how did this happen? Because it is an incredible feat to end up on that show.
Well, I was having a tough year, and I thought it's going to be my 70th. When you're in your 60s, you think, but then 70 hits, you're like, wow, I'm hitting that big milestone. I thought, well, what would I really like to do? Do I want to travel? I said, you know what? Every day, my best time is the Today Show. So that's where I wanted to spend my 70th birthday. So I asked my birthday crew, my sister and my niece, I said, this is what I want to do. They asked me, I said, that's what I want to do. So we made plans, we made reservations, and like 5 days prior to that, we heard Coldplay was going to be on there.
Yes.
We thought, what are our chances of getting on the plaza? I don't know. So we go up there, I said, girls, we got to get up early. And they said, well, 5. We can get up at 5. I'm thinking,
might not be early
So
enough.
we get up, we go through the hotel doors, we go out, we walk the half a block, and there's like 1,000 people in line. Yeah. And there was a Today Show person, they said, you can get in line, but you may not get on. And I'm like, no, this won't do. So I said, come on. And we go, and I see a security guard, and he goes, what are you doing? What are you looking for? And I said, we're trying, and she, oh, you're looking for the VIP line. I'm going, yes, that's what I'm looking for.
That's right, Robin.
Yes, I am. So long story short, but it is a long story. Somehow we managed to get to the very front. We, see the whole concert. We see Coldplay.
Yes.
We see Chris Martin. We see the setup and how they do it, how they tape it, get ready. We leave. We're walking down the street, and this guy taps me on the shoulder. He says, they're playing. I'm like, okay, bewildered, but all right. So we go through this door, and sure enough, there's Chris Martin, Coldplay, and I still had on my hat, 70th birthday hat.
Aww.
And he goes, is it your birthday? I said, yes. And he pulls me up, and there it happened. And after it happened, I looked around, I said, did that really just happen?
The pinch me moment.
Yes. So that was my first appearance on Today's Show.
The second appearance was in relation to these beautiful scarves. I mean, this is like wearing a cloud.
Yeah, I was going to say, the people at home don't know this. They're not
You can't
touching
tell.
these. It's the softest thing I've ever touched in my entire life. It's like you could just live in this. It's incredible.
So how long have you been knitting, and what made you want to get these lovely scarves also on the Today Show?
Well, I also watching the Today Show, I try to do things, and I actually was down just last November in Florida, and I went to a local Joann's store, and I saw this yarn. I said, oh, that's so pretty. I said, to the sales rep, what can you do with this? So she showed me in the store, because I hand knit them, literally with my hands, not needles.
Yeah.
And so I started doing it, and I started giving them to my family and friends, and they loved them. They said, oh my gosh, these are the coziest, warmest scarves. And so I just kept doing it. I'm thinking, wow, all right, this is good, but what else can I do with it? So we planned a trip to New York, and I said, you know what? I think I should try to get on the plaza and give them the scarves.
Yeah.
So that was my plan, and it was freezing cold when we got out there last Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
It was really cold. But I got in line at 5:30, and they pulled us out, and I said, I have scarves for him. He says, don't worry, you'll be able to give them out. So I did, and they actually wore them and said, this, you know, these are so soft and cozy, and it kept them warm, and it happened again, and it was so nice. Everybody was so nice. Between the interns, the security guards, the hosts, it was just a wonderful, wonderful time.
So
Aww,
tell
that's
me,
great to hear.
Because you mentioned it when you walked in here, you see how all the behind the scenes stuff here.
Yes.
Bit of a bigger production over there on the Today Show. So what did you see while you were there that you maybe didn't expect to see?
Okay, so when you get there, the producer comes out, and they go around and talk to you and get your story and why you're there, and they have cameras set up, and there's a window where you see on the Today Show, sometimes you see people waving, so you see them doing the show, but also in between takes, they're drinking their coffee, they're on their phone, they're turning around waving, people are coming and fixing their makeup, but there's a lot of crew.
Yeah.
There's a lot of crew. So to see all that happening live is quite a thrilling experience, I have to say. Yeah, you get a real in-depth look at it. And that's just that segment, so you know there must be so much prior and after that to get the show of what you see every day.
For sure.
It's kind of what you all do.
It's a little bit.
It's a version.
Yeah, it's a different scale.
version.
But Robin, what an incredible experience.
It was.
And thank you so much for coming in and telling us all about it. And thank you so much for these amazing
amazing.
scarves. They're gorgeous.
Yeah.
And they're so cozy. I mean, we really, we can't tell you that enough.
You just have to feel these. You just do. There's no other way around it. They're incredible.
Yes. Well, Robin, have a great rest of your 70th year. We hope.
you.
And if you end up back on the Today Show, let us know.
Let us know.
Well, I hope to do more with the scarves and get them out to people that need them.
Perfect.
So the idea is the Bobo scarves will go.
There you go. So maybe you can get your hands on some of these scarves and give back to the community as well. Well, Robin, thanks again for coming in and sharing your story.
I enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Y'all are wonderful.
Oh, thank you. Coming up, though, we know that our community loves to give back. We've got an opportunity for you to do that again on the way.
Hoops happen on the Delmarva Sports Network. All the heart, hustle, and hometown pride. From tip-offs to buzzer-beating plays, don't miss a moment of the action. High school hoops all season long on DSN and DSN+.
We believe that a great community health system reflects the community it serves. And like Sussex County itself, we've been on an exciting journey of growth and transformation, evolving from a trusted community hospital to the region's premier healthcare provider and Sussex County's most comprehensive health system. We're proud to be on this journey together, miles ahead, but by your side the entire way, because Sussex County is our specialty.
Coastal Comfort knows there's no place like home. It's where we can be totally comfortable being ourselves, making a mess, making improvements, making strides, making memories with those we love, totally. Big or small, at the beach or on the farm, all along the Eastern Shore. It's home, and Coastal Comfort is always here to keep you totally comfortable.
Coastal Comfort, a Carrier Factory authorized dealer serving Maryland and Delaware. Carrier, turn to the experts.
It may be freezing outside, but it's warm and toasty at Kids Catch in Lewis. Warm up with friends and family and spark your imagination with adventure, wonder, and fun. Our fully stocked shelves await your arrival with hand-picked toys, games, books, crafts, puzzles, science kits, dress-ups, and unique clothing in newborn to size 8 too. Plus birthdays, baby gifts, and much more. Shop local at Kids Catch in Lewis and at Tide Pool Toys and Games in Bethany, Fenwick, and now Rehoboth.
Shower your home with love with a new bath from Baths by Spicer Brothers. Our factory-trained experts can transform your space into one you'll love in as little as 1 day.
And with our price match guarantee and our done right guarantee, you can have peace of mind knowing your new bath or shower will last a lifetime. Right now, get 50% off installation, plus take advantage of no interest and no payments until 2026.
Call to schedule your free in-home consultation. Baths by Spicer Brothers, because you deserve the best.
I love the Four Seasons on Delmarva. This coastal area has so much to offer weather-wise, and sometimes it's a little challenging forecasting for this area. You get the rain-snow line here with storms that come up the coast in the wintertime, but that's similar to where I grew up on Long Island. We had the same rain-snow line along the coast, so in a lot of ways it's something I've grown up with and something I'm used to forecasting.
Coast TV, our community, your news, where every story hits close to home.
Well, Coast Life, we know that so many of you have such amazing and generous hearts when it comes to giving back to our community. And sometimes you like to take that generosity and spread it around the world. And this is a guest that we have talked to before about a book, but we're going to kind of remind you of the mission and how you can get involved and give back as well. We've got Susie Keefer joining us on the Coast Life couch today to talk about Miriam's Table. So Susie, kind of remind us about Miriam's Table, what it is, and how you got started.
Okay. My first trip to the Democratic Republic of Congo was in 2010. I fell in love with the people and especially with the nutrition program children that I visited while I was there. So I wanted to go back again and somehow I wanted to get back there. So I made arrangements to be able to go back in 2011 and I spent the 2 weeks that I was there mostly just being with the children.
Yeah.
The first day I was there was an adorable little girl that wanted me to pick her up. And, you know, there were hundreds of children,
Sure.
so I was picking up a lot of children. Anyway, when I picked this child up, she never wanted me to put her down, and her name, I found out her name was Miriam. And so I was there for the 2 weeks. Every day that I would come, she would be waiting, and every day that I leave, she would cry.
Aww.
And so we had really had this connection, and that was in 2011. I went back again at Christmas time of that same year and stayed for about 8 days. And when I arrived, it was like we'd never been apart. She was still kind of waiting and jumping in my arms. The following spring in 2012, her father passed away. And so my husband said we needed to bring her home, and I thought that was kind of impossible, you know, in that country there, and international adoption and
Sure.
all those kind of things. But it all fell together, and she became our child. But during that time, when I was going back and forth to Congo for the adoption and for visiting and everything, I became known. And they knew that I was coming to feed the children. So the last day that I was there, when we went to pick up Miriam to bring her home, when her visa was finally ready, we went down there and spent the day. And when I went back to where we were staying with Dr. Heidi, she had said some women had come to find me, some mothers. And they said, we're looking for your Susie. We understand that she feeds your children and our children are starving. And could she feed our children? So I was flying out the next day, and that was, you know, what I went home with in my heart, and sharing that with my husband and our friends. We decided there'd be some way we could possibly start a second feeding center. So in 1 year, we were able to bring everything together, got a piece of land near where those women were, and we opened our doors. We fed 65 people, little ones that were quite starving, and now we're feeding 350.
Wow, that's awesome.
And it became named Miriam's Table in our daughter's honor. So.
That's incredible. And so you guys have been in operation for what, 10 years you said?
Yes, I was there for the celebration. I was in Congo during November, and we celebrated the 10th anniversary. So
that's incredible.
From 2014 to 24, so but pretty exciting.
Well, I know that Miriam's story touched your heart, obviously, in a big way, and I know it touches a lot of our viewers as well. And we know that our viewers love to get involved, and we know that our community loves some bingo. So you have an opportunity coming up where people can play some bingo and give back to this incredible organization.
Exactly. This will be our 5th bingo event, and it became quite big right off the bat. We have it in time in like the last weekend in February every year, and we have it, that's what kind of the winter doldrum time and looking for something to do. And so we do it in an afternoon from 4 to 7, and we're at the St. Jude's Parish Hall. It holds 240 people, and we sell out.
I bet you do.
We sell out, and we call it beach bingo just because of where we're located.
Sure.
But we also have sort of beach foods, hot dogs and chips and those kinds of things. We also have a silent auction. This year, most of the time we'll be having some gift baskets made from all kinds of businesses and people that are donating them. So it should be fun.
It's going to be tons of fun. So for folks who want to get involved and attend this bingo event, how can they purchase tickets, and when is it, so that people know when to show up?
Right, February 22nd from 4 to 7. You can go directly onto Miriam's Table website, miriamstable.org.
Perfect.
And go click on the bingo square that they have there, and you can just do your registration there.
Perfect. There you go. So we'll give you a minute to check all of that out. Susie, thank you so much for coming in and telling us all about Beach Bingo and about Miriam's Table and the wonderful work that you guys are doing.
Thank you.
Of course. But when we get back on Coast Life, we are talking about the Fire and Ice Festival and all the can't miss details that's on the way.
If you're looking for a reliable pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you won't want to miss out on Preston Ford's Surplus Sell-Off. We still have over 1,000 new Fords and pre-owned vehicles waiting on our lot for you. Our Ford Blue Advantage inventory is bigger than ever and packed with benefits. You can buy confidently knowing our Ford Blue Advantage inventory goes through 139 points of inspection by certified technicians. Plus comes with a 90-day, 4,000-mile comprehensive limited warranty. Check out our entire inventory online at PrestonFord.com. Join us at the Surplus Sell-Off Sales event at Preston Ford. Cars cost less in Preston.
Unwind, work off stress, and be comfortably true to who you are with Jab and Flow. We're dedicated to creating a balance of physical and mental wellness for your best life. You don't have to get in the ring, be a hardcore yogi, or train like a pro athlete to become part of our community. We teach boxing fundamentals with a fun variety of yoga, Pilates, and fitness classes for drop-ins and members of all levels. On Route 1 between Rehoboth and Dewey with plenty of free parking.
Shell's Early Learning Center, child and parent approved.
Shells have become an extension of our family. They've helped prepare our children for school.
I love Shells. My teacher makes learning fun.
Creating a fun learning environment to prepare the children for school.
Shell's accredited staff is dedicated to preparing your child for school. Don't miss your chance to join the Shell's family. Enroll your child for fall now before it's too late. Shell's Early Learning Center, preparing our future generation.
Spark your senses at the Spice and Tea Exchange in Rehoboth Beach. Food lovers, home chefs, and tea enthusiasts rejoice. Smell and sample your way through hundreds of exotic spices and teas from around the world. Our signature blends and rubs are hand mixed daily to ensure the highest quality and freshness. Talk to our tea experts and learn the wellness benefits of drinking fresh, loose leaf premium teas. Find a tasteful gift for that special someone or join us for an in-store cooking demo. Find your way to flavor at the Spice and Tea Exchange on the Avenue in Rehoboth Beach. Sister locations in Annapolis, Maryland, and Old Town Alexandria, Virginia.
What's in your crawl space? Damp air, wet insulation, maybe a little fungus. It's easy to forget about what's under your home. At Bennett Termite and Crawl Space Solutions, we've been helping homeowners across Delmarva create healthier, safer crawl spaces for over a decade. We make the process simple and worry-free, so you can relax. Every project begins with a thorough inspection and ends with a final quality check. I personally make sure we just don't meet standards, we exceed them. Remember, Delmarva, quality isn't expensive, it's priceless.
I'm Kelly Geloff with the Law Offices of Tunnel and Razor. I became an attorney to help people when they need it most. Accidents and injuries can turn your world upside down, but you don't have to face the legal process alone. Our dedicated team has built a legacy of trust and commitment to our clients, ensuring you feel supported every step of the way. We aim to reduce your stress and be the voice you need to get the compensation you deserve. We're the personal injury team of Tunnel and Razor. Trust us to be your voice.
Well, Coast Life, we know that this time of year can be a little difficult. The kids have a lot of rammy energy. You're trying to get them out of the house, find some family-friendly things for everybody to partake in. And things are going to be getting a little loud in the quiet resorts this weekend as the Fire and Ice Festival is back for an 8th year. Yes, to tell us more about all that fun is our friends from the Bethany and Fenwick Chamber of Commerce. We've got Lauren Weaver and Emily Mais joining us on the Coast Life Couch today. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
Of course, thank you so much for being here. So let's talk the Fire and Ice Festival. Like we said, it's been 8 years running. What keeps bringing people back to all this fun?
I think it's just that hope that the beach is going to be opening up soon. With the coastal communities, a bunch of years ago when we first started it, and just hearing people never experiencing our beautiful area in the winter and giving them a reason to come. So we're just really excited to have everyone back.
Yeah, so what can people expect for the Fire and Ice Festival, especially if they've never attended or they've never been? I mean, I know I see the signs every time you're driving up and down Coastal Highway and you're like, it's back, and you get to see all these really cool ice sculptures, but there's more to it than that.
Yeah, so we definitely try and have something for everyone. The weekend is planned very strategically with a little bit of changes through the weather this year, but Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, whether you're coming to look at the ice sculptures, watch a live ice carving demonstration. We also have food, food trucks, cookout, beer garden. It is inflatables, a skating rink. It's so much more than just looking at the ice, even though that is the big draw and the art of it all. There are activities all weekend long.
When people do strategize and plan their weekend for the Fire and Ice Festival, where should they go to check all that out?
So fireandicede.com has all the information you want. We even have a Google map that puts all the ice in all the different locations, because we have 13 different restaurants participating in the tasting tour. And then we have 4 different host sites that are going to lay host to 62,000 beautifully sculpted pounds of ice, which is a weekend for the books, all book and novel themed, and it's going to be so fun.
So for folks who want to keep a tab on the changes in the schedule with the weather, potentially moving things around, remind folks of the time, the date, and where they can get tickets.
So Friday night, we're kicking off at Salted Vines Vineyard and Winery out in Frankfurt. And we're going to have over a dozen sculptures there, DJ, live radio, all kinds of fun to be had. Saturday, full-blown event. I'm sorry. Full-blown event starting in John West Park in Ocean View and downtown Bethany, ending in downtown Bethany Beach, and that's where we have this skating rink and a mechanical shark you can ride and a climbing wall and inflatables, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Something for everybody for sure.
It sounds like it's going to be a ton of fun, so make sure you check out that website and get your tickets, because it is a can't-miss event this weekend. Well, ladies, thank you so much for coming in and telling us about the Fire and Ice Festival for 2025.
Absolutely, and make sure you join us on Sunday. We're going to be wrapping up in Millville Evans Park, moving all of our activities there, and it might be a magical kind of time. So.
Perfect. Well, sounds great. Thanks again for coming in and telling us all about the Fire and Ice Festival.
Thank you for having us.
But coming up on Coast Life, we're taking a stop in Rehoboth to see what's new at the Rehoboth Beach Museum. That's on the way.
Signs of poor eyesight aren't always clear to us. At Wink Vision Center, we provide the best possible standard of care to discover the signs and improve your vision. Our eye exams are fast, easy, and comfortable to ensure you and your family can see clearly as soon as possible. Shop the finest selection of designer frames from Tiffany to Vera Wang, Maui Jim, and Urkers. Need an appointment? We can get you in as soon as the next day. The choice is clear. Wink Vision, Ocean City and Cambridge.
Liberty Concrete and Enhancements. Delmarva's decorative concrete specialists. Transform your outdoor space with stamped concrete. Choose a design, color, and turn your outside into a conversation piece.
Working with Liberty Concrete was a very easy process. It's little to no maintenance at all. We love our outdoor space.
Create a beautiful space without the maintenance of pavers that's backed by our workmanship warranty. Call now for a free estimate and design your perfect outdoor space with Liberty Concrete and Enhancements.
Possible gas explosion, 50 to 60 victims.
Stay on the train until the ground settles.
The foundation's gonna give way. Evacuate immediately.
People are still on that train, including my wife.
We've got 2 of our own down there.
She's crashing, starting compression.
Trudy, can you hear me?
We're running out of air.
Lieutenant Kidd, do you copy? Lieutenant Kidd, do you copy?
Avery Hall has exceeded my expectations, not only as a client, but more so probably like the care that they take. I'm in the real estate profession, and so we're always looking for industry partners to kind of continue on the kind of care and service that we provide on the real estate side. And we found that Avery Hall was just a phenomenal fit. There's obviously a continuity of service that we can expect from them. I just always feel as though I'm being taken care of. And our clients have had such a great experience with Avery Hall that there's nobody else that we really recommend.
Let me brag for a moment about my wife. She's among the few dentists worldwide to be accredited by the American Academy of Cosmetic Dentistry. She is the only dentist within a 100-mile radius with this prestigious accreditation, and I couldn't be prouder of her dedication and achievement.
It is my passion to ensure our patients receive the absolute best in cosmetic dentistry and leave with a renewed confidence in their smile.
Entrust your smile with a dentist accredited by the American Academy of Cosmetic Dentistry.
Schedule your free consultation with De Palma Dental in Berlin, Maryland today. Mark your calendars for the Children's Beach House Gala presented by Jack Wingo Realtors and Jack Wingo Asset Management on February 8 in Dewey Beach. This black tie evening features an open bar, auctions, dinner, and a performance by Kristen and the Noise. Your support helps empower children with special needs to build confidence, develop leadership skills, and thrive in a caring community. For more info, visit cbhinc.org/gala or call 302-841-9639. Sponsored by Coast TV.
Download the free Coast TV First Alert weather app with live satellite and radar, severe weather alerts, and extended forecast. Sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
Well, if you have yet to stop into the Rehoboth Beach Museum, you're missing out. There's all kinds of cool displays and exhibits to see and check out, and that is where Charlie Sokaitis is now, exploring the displays and even checking out some of the events that are coming up with the Rehoboth Beach Museum. Charlie, take it away.
We are here at the Rehoboth Beach Museum. I am here with Heidi Nasstrom Evans. She is the executive director here. And Heidi, you guys have what seems like a million great exhibits, but let's start with the one that's right behind us here. What are all these photos and why are they important?
Well, what you see here, Charlie, is our Delaware Beach Life Photography Contest exhibit, which we host annually from the well-known magazine Delaware Beach Life. The exhibit will be up through May. And in February, on the 27th, it's a Thursday evening at 5 o'clock, we're having a public program with the judges of the exhibit, and they're going to talk to us and their visitors and guests about what it takes to have a award-winning photograph in this exhibit. And so guests will be invited to come and listen to the three judges who worked on the exhibit. Terry Plowman, Carolyn Watson, and Eric Coverdale are going to be here, and guests will be invited to bring their own photographs so that they can get some advice on how to improve their shots. It's going to be a really nice evening.
That's really exciting. I know anytime that you're talking about an artistic endeavor, it is nice to get the experts to go, okay, this is good, but if you had tilted this way, or if you'd used the sun a little bit different, you could have made it a more striking photo. When these come in, what is it like as you start to see these all come in and get ready to put them on the wall?
Well, it's really exciting because the judging takes place throughout the year, and many of them are featured on the cover of Delaware Beach Life magazine. Like this one, for example, was on the cover pretty recently. And on the cover, it's just this beautiful gossamer white bird. It's an amazing photograph. So it's nice to get to meet the photographers that are responsible for these pieces and get to hear from them, like what went into it, like was it staged, did it just happen before their eyes? And it's interesting to learn their artistic process. Early, when we opened the exhibit in the middle of November, we had all the photographers here, so we had a chance to talk with them.
Now, this isn't the only thing you guys have going on, obviously. There's a lot happening here. Come on with us down this way. We have a little bit more of an exhibit to look at, and this picture specifically, we were talking before we started recording here. Take me through what this is, because I find it fascinating.
Right. Well, in the middle of March, we're going to open up an exhibit of recent acquisitions, and this photograph looks old, but what it pictures is the inside of Horns Pavilion, which I'll show you when we go downstairs on the diorama. Horns Pavilion was right on the beach at the beginning of Rehoboth Avenue. It was washed to sea in 1914, but it was a pier with a merry-go-round and shops. And this image is of the inside of one of the stores that was in Horns Pavilion. And what you can see on the shelves are all these souvenir plates that people could purchase back in the day. And in our recent acquisitions exhibit, we're going to include this photograph, which was just recently given to us by Judge Jim Horn, a descendant of the Horn family that had the pavilion at the beginning of the 20th century. And then we also got, this past year, one of these souvenir plates. So you can tell from these decorations around the edge that this plate dates to the early 1900s, and it says Souvenir of Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Oh, and the date is on it, has a calendar, 1910.
I mean, and it's in incredible shape as well. We're going to take a break here, but we are coming right back to the Rehoboth Beach Museum. We've got more to talk about, so stay with us.
It's Vernon Powell's winter clearance. Save up to 50% off shoes and boots, up to half off apparel and handbags. Winter clearance markdowns throughout the store on over 200 brands. Don't miss the winter clearance event at Vernon Powell, happening now in Salisbury and Rehoboth Beach.
You've come a long way, Peninsula Bath. Sure has been fun. Are you the bath guy?
Can you take out the trash?
Do you do lawns?
Listen, Linda, listen.
You should have called Peninsula Bath.
Khakis?
Share with us your favorite Linda memory, and you'll get 2024 off your next bathroom remodel with Peninsula Bath.
Mercy, that's a great deal.
Thank you, Delmarva, for a great year.
Does your home need new flooring? At Better Carpet Guy, we have the best carpet and LVP in stock. Don't forget to mention that LVP starts at $1.99. Oh yeah, he always says that. Cash and carry LVP started at $1.99. Okay, it's my turn. We have tons of pretty carpet options.
Sorry guys, I'm late. I couldn't find my glasses and I'm out of shirts.
Better Carpet Guy.
Flooring done right.
For 150 years, Ocean City, Maryland has been somewhere to smile about. From our beautiful beaches to our iconic boardwalk, we've been creating memories that last a lifetime, whether you're chasing the perfect wave, a hole-in-one, or a sunset stroll. Celebrate our 150th anniversary with 150 days of celebrations, special events, and deals all year long. Book now and save in 2025 at ococean.com/150. Ocean City, Maryland, somewhere to smile about.
Find your next job at the Delmarva Job Fair, sponsored by the Stokely Center and the Maryland Department of Public Safety and Correctional Services. Join us Saturday, February 1st from 10 to 2 at Delaware Tech in Georgetown. Employers in healthcare, construction, retail, and more. Plus, the Delaware Department of Labor will also be on site for resume tips and advice to help you stand out. Take the next step in your career at this one-day hiring event. Learn more at wbocevents.com.
Hard workers need tough gear. Vernon Powell has the toughest and most comfortable workwear in the business. Work boots that work hard, like Timberland Pro, Carolina, and Red Wing, to Carhartt and Darn Tough socks. Only at Vernon Powell in Salisbury and Rehoboth.
Welcome back to Coast Life. We're still here at the Rehoboth Museum. There's just a million things that you got to see if you make your way down. And I am still here joined by Heidi Nasstrom Evans, the executive director out here. Heidi, when we were upstairs, we were talking about the pavilion that got washed away. Mm-hmm. You have a great diorama here. Right. It shows the pavilion. Can you show us where that is and what it is?
Sure. So what you see here is a diorama that was on display last summer and has now been gifted to the museum by its creator, Mr. Paul Lovett, a local historian. And upstairs, we looked at a photograph of the interior of a store that was in this pavilion, which was called Horns Pavilion. It had an emporium in there where people could buy souvenirs. There was a carousel, and then there was a pier that went all the way out into the ocean. The problem is that it was on the Atlantic Ocean. So come 1914, a huge storm washed it away and it no longer exists. But we do have some of the artifacts that document its presence. And Paul Lovett, the creator of the diorama, he gives diorama talks here at the museum. And even though we're not open to the public right now until the beginning of March, he's giving his next diorama talk on February 10th, which is a Monday morning at 10 a.m. People can sign up online, reserve a spot. And it's $10 a person, and all that money helps us keep the museum open. And we had a diorama talk yesterday where there were 13 people here, and Mr. Lovett is a very entertaining speaker, so you can sign up for those talks at rbmuseum.org under the events page.
And there is all kinds of history on this diorama.
Yes.
There's a million things to learn if you come to these talks. But before we started rolling, you were telling us about one that I found fascinating, and it is just this little rope line that's right in the beach. And if you're somebody from our era, you may look at that and go, what is this? Why? Can you explain why these were important?
Yeah, well, we don't have them on the beach anymore, but back in the day, people had to wear wool bathing suits that once they got wet, became very heavy. And so this rope, if you wanted to go out into the water, you had to hold on to it, or you could hold on to it so that your suit wouldn't drag you under.
Different times. We've advanced a little bit in the swimsuit technology era.
Right.
Now, even though this entire thing is incredible, it's not the only thing you guys do. We've covered that. You've got some stuff coming up with an African American exhibit. We don't have any photos of it just yet, but it's important. So tell us what that is.
Yeah, it's super important because nobody has done an exhibit on the very important African American heritage and history of Rehoboth Beach. And so this summer, as our big summer exhibit, we're going to host an exhibit called Celebrating African American Rehoboth, and it's going to cover a huge period of time, 1790 to 1970. So we're going to be looking at Avery's Rest, when the first settlers, non-Indigenous people, were moving to the Rehoboth area. Rehoboth Beach did not exist yet, but there is evidence of enslaved Africans at that site, which is local. And then we end the timeline in 1970 when the Rehoboth High School, which is where Rehoboth Elementary School is now, when they integrated.
Now, this whole place runs off donations in large part. So if somebody at home wanted to donate to the museum, how would they go about doing that?
Well, thank you so much for asking that question, Charlie, because yes, the Rehoboth Beach Museum operates on the kindness of the donations of its membership and its guests. And so on our website at rbmuseum.org, people can make donations. They can also call the museum if they'd like to speak to somebody and do it in person, because not everybody wants to get on the computer and do that.
Well, if you're going to do it, give them a call, go on the website, get after it. But for right now, we're going to toss things back to Leah in the studio. Everybody, if you get a chance though, come down and check out the Rehoboth Beach Museum.
Charlie, I'm jealous that you got to hang out with Heidi at the Rehoboth Beach Museum, but you definitely want to check out all the events that are going on at the Rehoboth Beach Museum. Coming up on COASTLIFE, though, we are taking a trip to Lewis, and we're checking out what is in style and fashionable for 2025.
Taylor Swift entering the professional football world was massive.
It's been a perfect storm.
Viewership is money. It instantly created this sense of FOMO for everyone.
The Swift Effect, Episode 2, The Swift Effect on the NFL. This Saturday at noon on Coast TV. Sponsored locally on Coast TV by Pohanka Kia. Come experience the Pohanka difference.
Delmarva's hit music station, 102.5 WBOC.
Every visit is an adventure at Browse About Books in Rehoboth Beach. Search our hand-picked book collection and find something in every genre. From bestsellers to some of our staff picks, you'll uncover a new adventure every time. After you've browsed our extensive book selection, explore our gift shop, where you'll find an exciting array of toys, gifts, Rehoboth-themed items, and home decor. Browse About Books on Rehoboth Avenue, a fun, friendly place to shop for books and so much more.
Limited space holding you back? Dive into your dreams with Miller Pools and Outdoor Living.
Our concrete pools are long-lasting and fully customizable to fit anywhere in your outdoor living space. Whether you're dreaming of an elegant design or something simple, we'll guide you through the process every step of the way. We prioritize your schedule and offer special financing options. We also specialize in pool decks, built-in pool bars, cabanas, outdoor kitchens, renovations, and upgrades.
Call Miller Pools and Outdoor Living for summer 2025 pool cleaning and service.
Stanley Steamer is proud to be the leader in deep cleaning, cleaning over 1 million homes and businesses across America every year, using powerful equipment custom built by us. We'll remove the buildup of dirt, dust, allergens, grime, and contaminants seen and unseen from your home and business. America's professional deep cleaner for over 75 years. It's not clean until it's Stanley Steamer Clean.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
This segment of Coast Life is sponsored by Willow Marie.
Well, Coast Life, we know that a lot of you like to stay on top of your trends, whether it's fashion trends, color trends, however you're decorating your home. There are a lot of things that you're going to want to incorporate into your daily life that's trendy. And here to help us talk about what is going to be trending this year, because it's a lot, and it might be some things that you've already seen before. We've got Ashlee Payton with Willow Marie, one of my absolute favorite places to be, because you guys on any given day are really good at coming up with sort of unique pieces and unique pairings. But you're telling me that that's also in this year.
Yeah, one thing is like whenever I'm talking about trends, I always like to remind people, because here at Willow Marie, we obviously do carry the things that are on trend, but here we always want to be like creatively you, and we like to live outside the box here. So the biggest thing we always like to say is like, we want you to wear things that make you happy. So even if it is or isn't a trend, or you want to put your own spin on the trend, that's something we really like to focus on here.
Absolutely, and something that you guys really succeed at doing too. So let's dive into some of the things that are trending this year. Why don't we start with color, because that's always a popular piece. I know we were seeing like a lot of greens in fall, winter. Is that sticking around?
Yeah, we saw a lot of greens. I'll say that pastel colors are definitely going to be in, so you might see some just like very lighter shades of green, your sages, things along those lines. Some colors that are definitely going to be moving forward that were really popular were like chocolatey browns, which I know we think of those as like fall colors, but they are going to be moving forward, as well as like reds and burgundies.
This is going to be my year.
Yeah, which has been really fun to pair with like your leopard prints and things like that. But one huge color that they're saying is going to be hot, hot, hot is like powdery pinks, kind of like petally pink.
Yes.
And this is going to give a very like femme look and a very whimsical kind of look.
So those are some colors that you can start to incorporate into your wardrobe. If people are looking to see, I think with trends, a lot of times what goes around comes around. So what's the old that's new this year?
So one thing that they're saying is making a comeback, but I don't know that I'm 100% on board with this, more so because I have the longest legs, but they're saying that capris are making a comeback.
Oh,
I already struggle that my jeans mostly sometimes hit like capris, but capris, they say, are making a comeback. You guys saw last year, even with shorts, the longer like Bermuda shorts were very in. Those are also going to be making their way back into spring, summer 2025, like the more mom short, which honestly I'm here for. I love me a good high waist. I love everything to be like tucked in, and we love good coverage. So that's definitely making its way back around. Some things like even with accessorizing, you're gonna see coming back around. So like even if you hit your local thrift shop, or you dig in your mom or grandmother's closet, brioches, like that really fun old like antique chunky jewelry, like where they say less is more. Well, that's not going to be the case for 2025. It's going to be a ton of chunky statement jewelry, lots of layering. some really fun things.
Yeah, and speaking of layering, something that I've seen a little bit on social media is some unusual pieces of clothing layered together, like materials that don't quite match in your head, and yet somehow when it's all put together, it looks great.
Yeah, so one big thing, like if we're going like individual looks, because that's the best thing here at Willow too, like we don't go, okay, we only have, you know, chic looks for workwear, or we don't only have, you know, things for date nights or whatever else. We literally do everything across the board. So one big look that people typically like, especially down here at the beach, is like boho, kind of like coastal-y looks. But boho is kind of taking a little bit of a turn. So we're gonna go, you know, you think boho, you think those neutrally kind of colors. You think lace and crochet and things like that, which obviously still are gonna stay, but they're kind of kicking it up a notch. They're just going to be doing a lot of layering and patterns, things that you don't think would go together. Even something like I have on today, where you would generally be a little bit more afraid to pair patterns together because you think they would clash. They actually end up coming together very beautifully and kind of like authentically you. It's a nice twist. You don't feel very cookie cutter in something like this. So they're really kind of giving the new boho, I would say nothing is off limits. Like, you think it might be a little strange, paired together, you might be like super surprised and shocked.
Yeah, and I love it. I mean, I think it is. You're right, two pieces that you wouldn't necessarily put together in your brain, but then when you walk in and you see it on Ashlee, you're like, man, I want that.
You know, a big thing too is like realizing that you can mix even those chicer items with just a pair of your denim shorts and a graphic tee. There's so many things that you can mix and match in your closet.
Yes, and so many things that you will find to mix and match here at Willow Marie. So whatever your 2025 style goals, you will find them here. Well, Ashlee, as always, it's so much fun chatting with you and seeing what you guys have in the store and to see what I may or may not be walking away with.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by, guys.
Of course, but we've got some more trends to keep you up to date with, more things happening in our area with more Coast Life. That's headed your way.
Hi, I'm Tommy K. Morse.
And I'm Tom Morse. We are your local family-owned roofing contractor serving Sussex County, providing long-lasting, dependable roofs, roof repairs, storm damage restoration, insurance claims assistance, and complete roof replacements.
For more information, give us a call at 302-663-0042 or visit us on the web.
There's good.
There's better.
And then there's Morse.
The hammers are smashing, the glasses are raising, and the fun times await at Bushel Sports Bar and Grill in Lewis. Explore our selection of off-season entrees and mouth-watering signature sandwiches that are sure to satisfy any palate. Relax and enjoy local craft brews and specialty cocktails watching your favorite sports team, or compete with your friends at some 8-ball. And indulge yourself with year-round all-you-can-eat crabs, served by the bucketful and seasoned to perfection. For good vibes with a friendly atmosphere, visit Bushel's on Coastal Highway today.
Taylor Oil Company leads a family of services offering energy solutions to Delmarva since 1927. We serve all customers with our own qualified staff of seasoned professionals, allowing us to manage all aspects of each and every call. The Taylor Oil family of services, one number for all your energy needs. Call 410-749-2151 to speak to one of our qualified employees. Taylor Oil Company, day or night, our service never sleeps.
Now it's time for Roofer of the Day. Led by Tyler Hershey, the crew at Hershey Exteriors came out with a strong game plan. It all started with excellent coverage, highlighted by an equipter and protective netting. But Hershey didn't stop there. When they spotted any openings in the roof, boom! They closed the gaps, keeping the home safe from any leaks. And they provide a free Golden Pledge warranty that's backed by GAF. Now that's a game changer. If you need a roof, I'd go with Hershey Exteriors because life is sweeter with Hershey Exteriors.
Call everyone you know.
Furniture & More's Macaulay Street Milford warehouse is having a massive one-day-only clearance event. Bring your truck, load it up, save on overstock, closeout, discontinued merchandise, floor samples, and more. One day only.
Saturday, February 1st, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Save up to 70% off. Huge mattress selection. Factory direct pricing at Furniture & More's warehouse, 730 Macaulay Street, Milford.
Well, before we let you go, Coast Life, we want to remind you that this weekend we've got the Delmarva Job Fair coming up on Saturday. It is from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Georgetown Del Tech campus. Bring your resumes, bring your best outfit, look presentable, because there's going to be tons of potential employers right there on site, ready to hire you. Some of them will even do interviews right there on site. So if you need help planning out your resume, that's okay too. If you don't have one on hand, there are some folks there that are going to be able to help you write that resume. Make sure it looks good, it's up to today's standards, because if you're anything like me, it's been a minute since you've had to update or review that resume and put it into action. So they're going to take care of you and hopefully help you get your dream job. That's all on Saturday. You can get more information at wbocevents.com. Also on Saturday, if you're a big Taylor Swift fan, you can tune into part 2 of the Taylor Swift Effect. It's a multi-part docuseries, and it's really cool. The first part that aired last Saturday, that was about her re-recording of all her music. This Saturday, they're chatting the effect she's had on the NFL. Hot topic coming up in this the next couple of weekends, so definitely want to check that out. Whether you are or aren't a Taylor Swift fan, I think either way you can get something out of it. So we will leave you with that. Go on and enjoy the rest of your day. Coast TV News at 5. I'm going to take it from here. Have a great rest of your evening, and we'll see you tomorrow.